So we're just opening this pool up, and as you can see, it's nice and green. So the first thing we're gonna do is check the chemicals and see what levels they are, and then we'll go from there. So as you can see, chlorine, no chlorine, and you can see the pH level is probably a little higher than 7.6, so the pH is probably fine. So the main thing we're going to do is bring the chlorine levels up. So let's get that started. And I did that alkalinity test, and we need to bring the alkalinity up before we do the chlorine. And the alkalinity was about 40 parts per million. So we need to get it up to at least 60 to 100. So I got the alkalinity up to 100 parts per million, and now I just did a dose of chlorine, and we did, since it's not that dark, I did 3 times the amount. So we're gonna super chlorinate it, and we're gonna let it run overnight. Now that we've shocked it, you can see the little small tadpoles are pretty much dying off. It's starting to float to the surface. So you want to keep an eye on your filter. Make sure you clean your baskets, and that way your pump pressure don't go up too high. But that tells you everything is being killed off. Make sure you brush your pool walls if needed, your stairs, your steps, and then let it run for 24 hours, and we'll come back and check it tomorrow. Don't know if you can see it, but you can see the tadpoles are starting to float right into the basket. If you get any frogs in there, you want to dump them out. So that's gonna be day 1. And this is what I mean by keep your pressure checked, and this checks your filter. Our operating range is around 10 to 12 psi, and you can see now we're right at 26 psi. So you want to backwash it, and once it gets to around 30, backwash it, and then make sure it goes back down. But you want to make sure you keep an eye on your pressure. That just tells you that, like I say, all the debris, all the little tadpoles and everything is running around in the filter or getting blocked up in the filter. All the small debris is being caught. So that's your algae being washed out. So like I say, you want to backwash it once your pressure reaches around 30 psi. And after backwashing, now you can see we're running about 10 psi, and that's our operating pressure. So day 2, after letting it run continuously, you can see it starting to clear up, and that's basically with keeping all your chemicals balanced. And at this pace, looks like another day or 2 we should be clear. So we may turn it off and flock it, but then we'll have to vacuum. So that just depends on what you want to do. If you want to let it run another 2 days, or if you're in a hurry, add flock, let it run, and then just turn it off and let it sit overnight. We'll see which one we decide to do. So as you can see, on day really 2.5, you can see everything starting to settle. I did add flock, and you can see the algae is settling on the bottom. And I did let the pump run, and it's slowly settling. I was going to show you how to backwash. So like I said, not in a hurry, just letting it clear up with the least amount of work and least amount of chemicals. So I'll show you how to backwash and show you the algae being flushed out. So with your pump running on filter, you're going to turn it all the way to backwash, and then turn your pump on. And you can see the bubble is cloudy. That's the water that's coming out. And you can see that algae being flushed. And you want to run that until that runs clear. Until, as you see, the bubbles start to clear up. The water's starting to clear up. See the bubbles starting to clear up. Clear, clean water there. And a clear bubble here. And just turn off your pump. And we're going to turn it to rinse. And rinse for about 15 seconds. Then we're going to turn it back to filter. See the pressure is basically your operating pressure after you cleaned your filter. So this is day 3, and I did add flock to speed up the process, but I left the pool running so you can see all dead algae has settled to the bottom. So we're going to come in and vacuum this out, and we'll vacuum this out on waste. And like I said, that's if you're in a hurry. You could add flock early and turn the pool off and let it sit, and it'll settle a lot faster. So we're gonna get everything vacuumed out and let it run on waste as we vacuum, and then we'll go back to filtering it out. But that's the least amount of work you can do, just making sure all your chemicals are balanced first and not spending a lot of time adding chemicals and doing a lot of work. Let the pool filter do all the work for you. Now you can see all the dead algae has dropped to the bottom, and you see still got to do a lot of vacuuming, get all the leaves and pine straw out. So that's what we'll do. But you can see the water is cleared up, and not a lot of maintenance and not a lot of time, not a lot of chemicals, just basically keeping everything balanced. So this would be day 3 after vacuuming and backwashing and letting the pump continuously run. You can see down to the drains. So from green to clean. So don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe and hit the notification for upcoming videos. Until next time, we'll talk to you later.